Welcome to the Mission TV show. This is a special episode that we're taping at an event here in Cohutta Springs, Georgia. It's called the OCI, or the Outpost Center's International Leadership Training Event, and happens about once a year, and a lot of missionaries from around the world come here and they fellowship together and they learn new techniques and new insights into how to serve the Lord better. And we're here because there's a lot of missionaries, and we have a very special missionary here that's kind of in charge of a big vision that he's got on his heart. And I'd like to introduce to you Rodney Bowes. Rodney, we've been working together, but we haven't met. I think we met once, but we worked together from opposite ends of the globe.
That's right.
You were in India and you were training some of our Bible workers several years ago. Was that 2008 or 9?
I think it was 2007 even.
7.
Yeah, that's when it started.
Yeah, and I got very good reports about you guys back, willing to sleep anywhere.
Yes, that's right.
And you spent a month just training our Bible workers into a health message, and that was a big benefit to them. But tell us a little bit about what you're doing, what your vision is.
Well, I spend a lot of my time thinking how we can get every member of the Adventist church to take a hold of medical missionary work.
Every member?
Every member. That's our goal.
Okay,
So
my dad's a doctor.
Okay.
And I grew up very near an Adventist hospital all my life, and I never saw a single person come into the church through the medical arm of the church.
Things are changing. We are seeing hundreds of people coming in through the influence of medical missionary work, health evangelism. And so
the way it should be.
My job description is the divisional director for LIGHT, the Lay Institute for Global Health Training.
Okay.
And I am over Africa and South Asia, which includes India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and then Southeast Asia as well.
So here's your screen here. Lay
Yes.
Institute for Global Health Training. Okay, now I'm getting the idea that your purpose in medical work isn't to make money.
Not at all. Not at all.
What is the purpose with this health work?
Well, the real purpose is to truly fulfill the commission that we find in Testimonies, Volume 7, where Ellen White writes that we have come to a time when every member of the church should take hold of medical missionary work.
Really?
And she goes on to say the reason being because everywhere people are perishing for a lack of the knowledge that has been committed to us, meaning Seventh-day Adventists. And so we feel a great burden to share the health message with people. And there at the General Conference, you know, their theme for the next 5 years, their health advisory theme is every church a community health center and every member a medical missionary.
Wow.
So we want to make that a reality.
Yeah.
That was our goal before they came out with that theme.
Wow. Wow. So what is your strategy for actually making this happen, to putting this into practice?
Well, we've developed a 3-step plan, which I'll go through briefly here, just to show you a little bit of how it's working. So, step number 1 is that we begin entering new territories by offering 1 or more short, intensive training courses.
So what is a long one?
Well, that's step number 2.
Okay.
But the short one is usually 4 weeks. That's our standard. It's 129 hours of classroom and community involvement. And so through these short training schools, thousands have the opportunity to receive the fundamentals of health evangelism, combining health education with gospel work.
So you're bringing these two things together?
Yes.
Because right now they're not really together very often.
They're coming together. It's exciting. At all levels of the church, I'm seeing it coming together, especially with the new leadership at the General Conference. And there's just a lot more eagerness within the medical profession to share the gospel, which is exciting. And so this is step number 1, and we train thousands through the first step
thousands here in America? Or?
Not so much here in North America yet, but we would like to. We're developing a little different model because we know many people, 4 weeks is a long time to take off from work or whatever.
Right.
But we have run a few here in the United States. Most of our work has been international so far. But we have an online course so people can take this training online.
So how many countries have you entered so far, and how many programs have you run?
Last year we ran 73 programs.
73.
73.
4-week
courses.
Courses. You did all these yourself?
No, not at all. In 37 countries.
Okay.
It was not me, and it was not just, we have a very small team of just 4 or 5 people in our office.
And that's the light team?
That's the light team in Wildwood, Georgia.
Okay.
This is where our headquarters is.
Okay.
But it's volunteer run. I mean, we have people who go through step 2, which we'll get to very soon, and they're our teachers.
I see.
So let me show you a few things about the 1-month course, or the introductory course, I should say.
Okay.
It's mainly done in churches, because in Ministry of Healing it says that churches should be training schools.
Right.
So here's a church, an example of just one of the hundreds of churches we've been in over the years, and this is in South Africa. Small group, you know, some of our classes are 10 people, but they can get up to 70 people. So it can just depend. And then we use the church as the venue. We try to train people in simple things, how to take blood pressure, how to do glucose screening, so forth. And then we have a lot of emphasis on natural remedies. Like here is hydrotherapy treatments. Simple things that we want people to be able to do in their homes and share with their neighbors. Here's a charcoal poultice.
On his ear.
On his ear.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually had an ear infection. And so our friend Joanne was doing a charcoal poultice. And then here's my wife in the middle here. And we always do vegetarian cooking, trying to help people just use the simple products of the earth to have a better lifestyle.
So which country is this in now?
This is also in South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were there back in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're excited. And then step number 2
Okay.
comes around.
All right. So this step 2 is for the people that have gone through the 4-week training.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. We have a pattern that we move through. It's thought out, and so those who are really interested after 1 month and have kind of caught a vision, because during our 1-month course we really cast a vision for the whole medical missionary idea. Those who catch the vision, we have them come into this. So after completing 1 or more 4-week health evangelism courses in any given region, we begin the second phase of our work, which is to bring the more serious students of the shorter courses through our standard 6-month health evangelism course.
Okay.
Gives them a lot more time to practice the skills that they've learned in that intensive training.
Right.
And this picture here is one of the courses that we did at the conference. We work together with the church as much as possible. And in East Africa, this is our project that we have started in Kenya, and it's now blossomed. We just got property to set up our permanent light school.
Wow.
For the last 4 years now, it's been just moving around all over Kenya. We've done it in churches and little villages and, you know, different locations. But now we have property, and very soon we're going to have our own school.
Praise the Lord.
So we're excited about that.
Yeah, that's cool. So have you done this 6-month program? How many of these have you done, in how many countries?
The 6-month program, I don't remember the exact numbers on the 6-month program.
Okay.
We have a lot of affiliate programs.
I see.
Light believes that medical missionary work, a lot of people have caught the vision. And so we just reach out and network together with people.
Right.
So you can look on our website at lightingtheworld.org.
Okay.
And you can see all of our affiliates.
Okay.
But we were doing about, I think we were in 20 countries with a 6-month program.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And so the number of missionaries is just exciting. Because after every 6-month course, there are people coming out who are thoroughly trained to do a good work.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So then how do you get the church members? Every church member. Is this like these people that go through the 6 month? They're able to go back to their churches and then train the individuals in the churches. Is that the model?
The goal is that after they've gone through a 6 month course, they're now ready to go and do the 1 month course.
Oh, and
or the
train
4 weeks.
those.
They're the trainers then.
Okay.
And they're able to go out and mobilize their church members and get it going. And it is proving to work that way, especially in the Philippines.
Really?
It's really exciting there.
Yeah, okay.
So back here in Kenya, here you can see that we have a model of health and evangelism. If you can see on the sign, you see it says a gospel campaign. But you can see the two individuals here. They're showing people the practical side of the health message. The danger of, can you see that bottle there? Coca-Cola and 7-Up, yeah. And a bottle of water.
Okay.
Yeah. So, they're showing practically
right
how the impact that too much sugar and caffeinated beverages and so forth can have.
It's amazing how much some of these Western debilities are going around the world, like in Thailand. 1 out of 3 people in Thailand have diabetes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the only word I can think of.
Right.
As I've traveled around, I hear a lot about heart disease and diabetes here in the North American context, but around the world it's as big a challenge or even more.
Wow.
And then it has the infectious disease on top of that with malaria and tuberculosis and AIDS.
So this is becoming a felt need almost
Everywhere.
globally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Wow.
No doubt about it.
Nice.
So these gospel campaigns, you can see that they're really combining the health and the evangelism very closely. And it's working. It's touching a lot of people's lives. This picture shows a new course that we have started in South Africa. Up to this point, it was only 1 month courses that were going on. But just last year, we did and completed the first 6 month course. And I wish I had more pictures because they planted a church in an unentered area in South Africa. That was their project for the 6 months.
Praise
so
the
it was
Lord.
exciting.
So that was a hands-on training then?
All of the 6 month trainings have a lot of hands-on.
Wow.
A lot of hands-on.
Very nice.
So it was very encouraging to see. Very encouraging. So that brings us to step number 3.
Okay. All right.
And step number 3 is as the opportunity opens, Light will help the graduates establish permanent centers for training and for healing.
Okay. So
that's what we'd love to see.
It's just going to keep going and going and planting new places, new
Right.
institutions, and it's the seed planting model that Jesus had then.
Right. And we see that this is promoted a lot from the General Conference again. As you've seen Elder Wilson's sermons, he talks a lot about outpost centers, centers of influence. This is exactly what we love to see, and that's what we're doing.
Praise
and
the
we're
Lord.
seeing great things happen.
Fantastic.
So I have some pictures for step number 3, some of the projects that are there.
Okay.
This is a humble building, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
It's trained hundreds of workers.
Wow.
Hundreds of workers. My wife and I went with a couple of my friends, and we joined together with a team that was already in the Philippines. This is in Ilocos Norte in the Philippines, up in the North Province. And we built this building in the middle of rainy season. It's quite a task.
Wow. Yeah.
And after we were done, it's a very simple structure, and it has trained hundreds of people that have come through this place.
Alan Fana.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a good friend. What a great guy.
Yes.
They're so enthusiastic.
Very much so.
They just got so much, they're on fire, you know.
They are. So every year there are 2 6-month courses run at this building here.
So it's nonstop.
It's nonstop, January to June, and then July to December. And then so every time there's a graduation, missionaries are ready to go out.
Wow.
And all over the Philippines, they're going, working with ASI, doing Bible work, house-to-house visitation. And there's a brand new evangelism team that's wanting to work full-time. And we're looking for people who are interested to sponsor a full-time medical missionary team that will just travel doing public evangelism.
So what are you talking about? Right now, the people that graduate here, they have to go out and they have to find support or some way to make a living.
Some of the people are taken by the missions.
Okay.
Some of them are taken by ASI. Okay. Some of them end up working at the institution because this place has industries for self-support. And then there's a new team that has a vision for public evangelism.
Just nonstop.
And they want to do nonstop, go wherever, and do medical missionary work to open the doors, and then do public evangelism.
Nice.
And so they're going to need support.
So how large is that team?
It's a small team of 5 or 6 people. And they're going forward. As we speak, they're already in the field.
And going out by faith.
Going out by faith.
Right.
So
God will provide.
God will provide.
Matthew 6:33.
That's right. That's right. So we're excited.
Yeah.
And then here's some of the pictures of the project as they were trying to become supporting, self-supporting. They have pineapples. They have bananas. They have a bakery. They have mushroom production as well. And it's working.
Wow.
And they also have this jeepney ministry. You've ridden on several of those, haven't you?
I've never actually ridden on one, but I see them
Really?
go by all the time. Yeah, when I get there, my friends always drive me in their cars. But
Okay, okay. Well, the jeepney ministry is fantastic because what happens is people are paying to ride on this jeepney. This jeepney is taking products from the Outpost Center into the city of Lawag. And as it is going, it's collecting passengers and money. So it's paying for itself as it delivers the goods to the city. And for those who may have ridden on a jeepney before, they know the music that's normally here. It's rock music from America. But it's not like that in our jeepneys.
Right.
This is the Three Angels Message jeepney.
Nice.
So it's gospel music. People are handed tracts. They get to know about the Adventist message through that way. And it pays for itself.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
That's
it's
neat.
incredibly exciting. So the Philippine project is really what is pushing the work forward in Southeast Asia. And they've trained so many people that we had to send people outside of the Philippines.
That's good.
And so here's a picture of one of the classes doing revivals in the Philippines. So it really revives the churches, and the local church pastors really enjoy what's happening.
That's great.
They're really impressed.
That's great.
And so here is what has happened. Recently, we started a new school, and you know this location.
Yes.
You've been there in Malang in Indonesia. And it was started by faith, and it just began in January. I was there. We inaugurated the school with about 30 people.
That's great.
Who were involved.
We were there in September
of really?
last year. Yeah, we did a faith camp there, and what an enthusiastic church. So I'm glad you guys came in and gave them an opportunity for all that enthusiasm to just get channeled into the Lord's
It was
work.
so exciting. What happened, John, is that the conference, there's a school that was there, and the boys' dorm was not being used, and so through providence, it was given rent-free for, I think, 5 years to be used as a medical missionary training school.
Wow.
And I wish that I could show you more pictures of what's happening because, as you know, the primary religion here is Muslim. Exactly. And so the Health Expo approach, community health work, is breaking down prejudice. I have a lot of pictures of our students who are really ministering right with the people.
Praise the Lord.
And so I look forward to seeing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We recently partnered with ASI to do the New Beginnings training. DVD training. And so they have the material there. So we look forward to seeing what's going to happen with that. It's really going to be amazing.
Cool. Indonesia is an amazing country. I mean, they got 15,000 islands, and they're just dotted all over with all these different ethnic tribes and stuff like that. But it's the island of Java, which is the island that this church is on, is one of the highest density population areas in the world. And so to see these guys get on fire, I think it's going to be phenomenal. Indonesia is one of my favorite countries.
Yeah, it's going to turn Indonesia upside down.
Yeah,
I firmly believe
and beyond.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, there's still a lot more countries in Southeast Asia, and we want to see the Philippines become a strong center, sending missionaries throughout, and then also Indonesia to the neighboring countries around there.
Yes, I would love to see
that's our
that.
goal.
Yeah.
Because we see the doors of travel are closing.
Yes.
So we want to train as many people locally as possible.
Yes, yes, very good.
Definitely.
Okay.
So here's a couple of the pictures from Indonesia. You can see the people that are being blessed. And this is really what it's all about for us. This is the quotation that I mentioned at the beginning of our time together. 7 Testimonies, page 62. We have come to a time when every member of the church should take hold of medical missionary work. And it gives the reason. The world is a lazar house filled with victims of both physical and spiritual disease.
What's a lazar house?
Remember Lazarus?
Yeah.
It's a place of death.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's just filled with all kinds of disease, death, and problems.
Right, right.
And that, isn't that a fitting description of the world today?
Yeah.
I mean, as I travel around, I just see so many problems everywhere. And God has told us, arise, shine, for His glory has come into our lives.
Yeah.
And He's told us to shine the light.
Yeah. So how does a person get involved? Let's say somebody sees this quote, they're convicted. How do they take hold of it? But let's say they have a full-time job.
Okay.
And they have commitments at home. How do they take hold of this work, this medical missionary work?
Well, our goal is really to make it available to everyone.
Okay.
And so that's why we developed an online course.
Oh, excellent.
That they can take the 129 hours online.
Just stretch that out.
Just stretch it out. We give them 6 months.
Okay.
Because if you've
that's the 4-week course.
That's the 4-week course.
Stretched out over 6 months.
Yeah, that's the introductory course.
Right.
That's a better way to call it.
Okay.
Introductory course.
Okay.
And then, so they can take that, and they can, if they're really wanting to take the full 6-month course, that's also online.
Oh, okay.
And it's run through our affiliate at Wildwood.
So they could do this as a small group type of function.
Definitely.
Have it make a small group thing and do one thing per week or something?
Definitely. Okay. And we're also working on a new thing. You can look at our website for more information.
What's the website again?
lightingtheworld.org.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, lightingtheworld.org.
Okay.
And we're planning to turn that introductory course into like short weekend seminars.
Oh.
So it can be done in 4 different modules over the course of 1 year.
Okay.
So a church can take it bit by bit.
Right.
So it's just long weekends.
Okay.
And so if people are interested, they can email me or they can just look at our website and
what's your email address?
My email is rodney@lightingtheworld.org.
RODNEY.
That's right.
Okay.
RODNEY.
And let's say somebody wants to get a little bit more deeper, and they want to travel, they want to preach, they want to, go and do one of these obviously, intensive courses in some place like Uzbekistan or something.
We have needs. We receive requests all the time that we can't fill because we don't have enough volunteers. So we're looking for people who have a vision and they want to be involved in medical missionary work. And they've taken a course because we need to be on the same page. But after they've taken the course and they've been trained, we can set them up anywhere around the world.
Right.
I have needs right now in Nigeria. I'd love to have people come and help us in Nigeria. In South Africa, there's need. In East Africa, Sudan is opening up, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda. It's just opening up.
So the people that go and do the training, do they often say, okay, I'm done, I don't want to do it anymore? Or what's the reaction to when they go? And
the people who go out.
Yeah, like go to Kenya and do a series or do a... program there? Do they get excited? What are they like when they come back?
Oh, a lot of people say, when can we do it again? So some people, after they've done it, you know, they just put it in their schedule and they say, I'm going to go and give a month of my time and do one of these trainings overseas.
Right.
And we'd love for people to do that.
Right.
We'd love for teams to come together and just go out, and the curriculum is already there. We've spent a lot of time creating a very easy to follow curriculum, PowerPoint presentations where applicable, and so it's just going around the world.
Plug and play.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent. So, okay, anything you would like to say, like an appeal? Maybe you can turn to the audience and make an appeal, like a 1 minute to say what's on your heart. 1
minute appeal. Well, my 1 minute appeal would be that now is the time to get involved in medical missionary work. There has never been so many problems in the world today, and there has never been such a need for all of God's people to take a hold of this message. It's not a complicated message. God's plan is simple, and yet it is powerful. So my plea would simply be to get involved today in some way.
You've heard the website. Again, it's lightingtheworld.org. Check it out. This is a call to every believer. Somehow take hold of that. Look at the resources that are online. See if you can incorporate this in a small group Bible study with your local church, or do it independently. Do it by yourself. Start to figure out, what is this health message all about? And I have a feeling that you will be blessed as you start in this journey. I know that there's a lot of open doors for people, and the gospel itself is all about restoration, physical, spiritual, emotional. And when people see the gospel working in their lives in real and concrete ways, that just gives them a reason to have faith in the unseen ways that God can work in the spiritual life. And this works. This works beautifully and can tear down some amazingly difficult walls that would otherwise be impossible to tear down. So, Rodney, I thank you so much for being on the show with us today. Thank you for being a part of this show. We'd just like to encourage you to claim Matthew 6:33 or any other Bible text that will enable you to be a part of God's end-time work. You know, that will have a double impact to prepare not only those that you minister to, but yourself, and you will see your own character grow. That's part of the great Gospel Commission. That's part of the reason why Jesus gave us this work. As you can see in Matthew 24 and 25, that this is how our experience grows. This is how we grow closer to Christ and have more of His Holy Spirit in our lives. So thank you for watching Mission TV. God bless you until the next time.